So, weiter geht's. Ihr habt ja lange gewartet, nicht wahr? Einen ganzen Tag. Ha, ihr stinkt nach Fisch und jetzt geht's weiter. Ha, wir gehen mit Lena. Ah, I won't have to go with, was? I won't have to go it alone, will I? Olga thought for a moment. You may be right. We'll go together tomorrow. For the last few minutes I would notice that Lena had a strange look on her face. Sie guckte doch wie immer. As if she wanted to say something but didn't dare to. The pioneers started to disperse if they had forgotten about Alyssa and the explosion. Even our leader seemed to calm down and didn't react when the wannabe terrorists left the square, hiding behind Uljana. Alyssa versteckt sich hinter Uljana. Muss ein witziges Bild sein. We should go too. Yes. Ich kann nicht skippen, ne? Night quickly fell on the camp. There's only a brief moment between the first rays of the setting sun till complete darkness here in the south, or maybe in this world. You don't have enough time to enjoy the variety of sunset colors. It was too early to go to bed, but the leader confidently walked to her cabin, as if mentally tracking me with her. Olga, I'll take a little walk. Okay. She looked at me intently, but didn't find any reason to object, shrugged her shoulders and kept walking. I went back to the square. I didn't really want to look closely at the trivial damage done to the Genda statue. It was at the exact center of this camp. If you don't know where to go, you should start from there. I sat on the bench and looked to the west. I wondered if the earth here revolves on its axis as it should, or whether there was an actual north or south. It's hard to say. At this time I didn't have any ideas on how to check the fundamental laws of nature. Hi. Then Lena appeared next to me as if from nowhere. Hi. Can't sleep? She looked at me in surprise. Well, yes, it is still early. May I sit? Yeah, of course, sit down. I moved over a little. Saying a little was in fact an understatement. I actually shifted myself to the end of the bench. Fucking beta. Thanks. Lena sat and looked at the sky as if she had forgotten about me. It's sad. What is sad? That Shurik disappeared. Yes, things aren't too good. She was calm as usual, keeping silent most of the time. She blushed and felt embarrassed only when she had to speak or do something. That same silence, which could be seen as awkward by many people, including myself, was quite natural for her. I could hardly imagine Lena making an effort to carefully choose the right words to start a conversation or make a good remark, trying not to look stupid or alternatively trying not to look as rude as Alyssa. I just wasn't able to compare her to anyone. She was just content with being herself. Does that mean that their attempts to start a conversation with her could be seen as rude? That the expression "become friends" could be interpreted as an intrusion into her private life? But something in this girl attracted me. Maybe it was the mysteriousness, and she certainly wasn't lacking in appearance of feminine charms. I didn't have an answer for that. That's why I still hadn't been openly accused for being annoying. I'm sure he'll be found. How can you escape from a submarine? What? Oh, Lena didn't seem to appreciate the joke. This camp must seem like a large submarine to me only. I hope so. Tomorrow Olga will call the police. They'll find him for sure. And what if during the night? Her expression grew sad. What if something happens to him? Alone, at night, in the forest, anything could happen. He must be lonely. No one forced him to go there. What if he just got lost? You shouldn't go walking in the forest alone. You don't have any pity for him at all. Shurik may be sitting, mit 3T, sitting there all alone. Of course I pity him. I felt ashamed. In any case, then I was right. A person was missing. Anything could happen during the night. We aren't seriously going to go search for him now, aren't we? She didn't reply, still looking somewhere far away, where the last rays of the sun shined over the tops of the old trees, as if trying to leave a bit of its warmth with the people. Do you really think that roaming around the forest... Ich kann nicht mehr sprechen. Oh, dude. Ich glaube, ich gebe noch ein bisschen Orangensaft hinterher, das letzte Stück, was hier übrig ist. Geil. Do you really think that roaming around the forest in the dark is a good idea? Probably not. For some reason I was sure that was exactly what she thought. Recently I seem to be starting to understand Lena even without words more often, as she seemed to be influencing me, psychology making me agree with her. Lena's silence was more informative than any chat or attempts at persuasion. They looked for him during the day already. Everywhere? She stopped watching the sunset and looked at me. I don't know. I think everywhere. What about the old camp? For the first time her words sounded self-assured and not vague or indifferent. Where is it? I have no idea. Electronic told us. Well, if you trust him... I cried stupidly, but Lena kept looking at me seriously. Sure, if it's not too far. So, you do want to go? Of course I don't. We can, if it's just there and back quickly. Okay. Then I smiled and gave me a flashlight which appeared from nowhere. Dude, what? Das ist... Was mich so ein bisschen stört an Everlasting Summer, dass alles immer so zufällig so passiert, wie es anscheinend sein soll. Was natürlich noch mehr ein Mysterium über dieses Camp legt. Ne? Zum Beispiel wären wir jetzt auf einem Ping-Pong-Feld und eine random Person käme vorbei. Hey, wollen wir Ping-Pong spielen? Oh, sorry, hier gibt's keine Ausrüstung. Ja, warte, ich schieb so kurz aus dem Arsch. Hier, ein Ball. Ist ein bisschen braun. Ja, was kann man da nur tun? Yes, that will be useful. Does this mean she prepared beforehand? And nothing was up to me? I sighed as if doomed and headed to the forest with her. Ooh. Spooky forest. Night fell on the camp. We walked slowly, Nana was next to me, near but not too close. It was strange, but it looked like she wasn't afraid of anything. Moreover, she didn't seem to be bothered much about what we're doing, as if we weren't walking in the forest at night, but just watching a movie with other people playing leading roles. Dude! Ich hab Mikrorouten-Flashbacks, Alter. Wehe, die zieht irgendeinen scary Shit ab in der Mine. Alter, ich bin schneller aus dem Spiel draußen. als was? Gute Frage. Ich weiß es nicht. Ich bin schneller aus dem Spiel draußen als Frankreich aus dem Zweiten Weltkrieg? Ja, so ungefähr. Moreover, she didn't seem to be bothered much about what we were doing, as if we weren't walking in the forest at night, but just watching a movie with other people playing their roles. Actually, Electronic said that the old camp was not too far, and if we walked straight to it, then it would be hard to get lost. After a few minutes I was completely unsure that we were walking straight, and after a few more it started to seem that it would be a miracle for us even to get out of here. But I didn't want to lose face before Lena, so I tried to walk cheerfully. The forest was full of silent, flickering shadows and gleaming moonbeams. The grass quietly rustled under our feet and the branches rustled over our heads. Old oaks stood next to young birches. Large mushrooms emerged from under the ladder, as if taking off their large heads in salute. On any other day, or rather at any other time of the day, it would have looked really beautiful. It may be safe at night too, but nevertheless I shuddered at each gust of wind. "Look!" Lena pointed forward. Lena pointed forward. I rubbed my eyes and saw a gap between the trees. Huch. Seit der Mikroroute. Seit der Mikroroute habe ich ein Trauma, ohne Scheiß. Seit der verkackten Mikroroute, boy. In a minute we were in a rather large clearing. In the middle of it stood a building which looked like a village school or kindergarten. The paint was falling off the walls. There were several holes in the roof, like an aftermath of bombing. Das kennen wir schon. I got a reminder how I would imagine this place a moment ago. It was like all the trees images had been erased from my memory, replaced by this depressing graveyard view. Well, it's creepy. Dieser Gesichtsausdruck macht es nicht besser. And I was still standing silently, but a natural expression of fright appeared on her face. "Do you think he's in there?" "I have no idea. If I was Shurik, then a haunted house would be the last piece I would hide in. Shall we go?" I didn't manage to answer. The moon appeared from behind the clouds and illuminated the clearing with new colors. Ich höre schon die Geräusche. Actually in one color, the white of the grave. I could see more clearly the distant trees, the mist shrouding them. It felt like the temperature dropped several degrees, making me shiver. Ich muss ehrlich gestehen, ich habe gerade ein bisschen Schiss vor ihrem Sprite. Ich habe keinen Bock, dass sie komische Gesichter hat. Oder komische Gesichter macht. Oh, das ist doch die Frage. "Are you afraid?" Lena asked calmly. "Honestly?" She smiled almost imperceptibly and took my hand. It would have caused a storm of emotions in any other situation, but at that time it felt like a basic necessity. We slowly walked to the building. Walking through the playground, I pushed the merry-go-round, causing it to creak nastily as it made half a turn. Then I shivered and grasped my hand tighter. Sorry, I probably just remembered my childhood. Cool. Did you like merry-go-rounds? Yes, actually, I don't know. I don't remember. Probably all children's like them. I didn't like them. Why? I got dizzy when I rode them. No wonder, if you spin too fast. I liked swings more. Ich war auch so ein Schaukelkind, Alter. Wenn ich damals einmal auf der Schaukel war, ich bin doch nicht mehr runtergegangen. Da musste mich immer die Kindergartenerzieherin runterreißen. Na, vielleicht nicht so extrem, aber so ähnlich. Well, you can get dizzy on a swing as well. But why would you? I don't know. That conversation had distracted me a little, and I stopped worrying myself about everything. About Shurik, about our night trip, about Lena. After all, this world is not so alien. Finally, we reached the doors. The inside of the old camp, bidding, reminded me of a kindergarten, the one I'd attended in my childhood. At first glance, even the room arrangement was the same. Shurik! Oh, das war nicht Ja, ich rufe immer so feminin nach Shurik. Shurik! Shurik! Grave-like silence replied to us. Even the wind outside had calmed down. Looks like nobody's here. We should check anyway. Lena's courage still didn't cease to surprise me. Or should I say, her lack of normal self-preservation instincts didn't. I don't know if this behavior is strange for this girl or not. For this girl or not. Okay, let's do it. We thoroughly examined all the rooms of the old camp. I even inspected the attic. There were signs that people had visited this place, newspapers, empty bottles and other garbage, but there was no sign of Shurik. We returned to the hall where we had started our search. What should we do next? I have no idea. Lena sat on the steps and stared at her feet. I think we should go back. I began carefully. It's late, and can just the two of us really search the entire forest for him? You may be right. She looked and said, she looked sad, and her expression let me know that the search was not over yet. Well, I am. I waved my hands in resignation and sat next to her. We should think about the worst outcome. Solange es kein dämonisches Grinsen ist. Aber es ist auch etwas gruselig. Are you saying... No, but are there any wild animals around? I doubt it. Then I calmed down at once. He may be sleeping somewhere. He'll wake up in the morning and return to the camp. Yes, of course. I jumped to my feet and started to walk in circles around the hall. I really wanted to leave this place. I get out from the forest, but it was as if Lena's behavior was keeping me here. I wanted to go on trying to persuade her, but then I noticed something on the floor. It was a trapdoor. There were little heaps of garbage and dust around it. It must have been opened recently. Look! Do you think Shurik is there? Lena squatted. Ah, no cheeky bricky! Lena squatted and carefully pulled on the hatch handle. It may not be Shurik, but someone surely used it recently. I had already regretted finding that damn gate to hell. Let's check it out. The trapdoor wasn't very heavy, so I could open it without much effort. I directed the flashlight into it and saw a ladder going down a couple of meters. Looks like a cellar. Let's go down. I looked at Lena for a few moments, trying to understand what was on her mind. Did she have a craving for adventure like Uliana? So where's the Yaufo spirit then? Or maybe she just went a bit nuts. These nuts? Lena didn't seem like a crazy person. But anyway, who even said she really is a human and you can evaluate her with human behavior? Oh, lecker. Logic. That thought should have scared me, but somehow I didn't pay it any attention. Among the millions of other thoughts. Nice. Some of them were more important, for example, what could be down there. I calmed down and looked around. Oh, wir sind wieder in Chernobyl. Everything is okay. After I made sure that there was nothing to be afraid of, I called Lena. We stood in the long corridor, which certainly was not a cellar. Its architecture more resembled KGB dungeons. Or a subway maintenance tunnel. I don't know which would be better. There were countless wires along the walls, fastened by metal hooks every half meter. Hm? Ja gut, das ist wirklich jeder halbe Meter, ich dachte gerade. There were lamps under the ceiling, covered by rusted shades. Crumbled concrete crunches under our feet unpleasantly. Shall we go? Lena without any emotion. Where to? There? Well, yes, what if Shurik is there? What will he be doing there? In any case, I wasn't really able to refuse her today. So we forgot about our hand. So we forgot about our fear and headed into the darkness. Jesus fucking Christ. Das fucking CG scared me. Bei Uliana habe ich mich nicht so gefürchtet. Die war ja auch ziemlich, ja, ist alles kein Problem hier. Oh, na sowas aber auch. Aber hier... Negative Erinnerung. Sehr negative Erinnerung. Mit Lena in diesem Tunnel. Lena walked next to me, holding my hand. Thumbnail. Ist es nicht langweilig, jedes Mal dasselbe Thumbnail zu nehmen für die Höhle? Ja, nö, eigentlich nicht. The silence of the dungeon was interrupted only by the sound of our steps and water dripping from the ceiling. We moved forward slowly, maybe too slowly. I suddenly felt a surge of claustrophobia. Claustrophobia. I gritted my teeth and squeezed the torch, but loosened my grip at once, fearful of breaking our only source of light. Then I kept silent, and the silence seemed louder than any words. I started to fear. Say something. Door. What? There's a door. She pointed forward. We came to a massive metal door with a biohazard sign. Looks like a bomb shelter. Oh, ja. Unsere Eier sind wohl gerade 5 Meter höher geflogen, deswegen haben wir so eine hohe Stimme. Looks like a bomb shelter. Yes, I would heard something about it. Why is it there? Here? I have no idea. Maybe because of the Cuban Missile Crisis. Cuban? I estimate... Oh! Cuban! Okay. Kuban ist jetzt... Kuban? Kuba ist jetzt nicht der Geburtsort von Bob Marley, aber... Trotzdem. Smoke weed every day. I estimated the approximate time of constructing the camp makes sense. However, building a bomb shelter here was like a building an airport at faggot. Oh Jesus. Oh man. Was like building an airport at Faggot in Northumberland or Lake Cock in Wiltshire in the UK. It wasn't deep enough and too... What the fuck is that? It wasn't deep enough and too far from civilization. The door wheel creaked and I had to push it with all my strength before I turned a couple of times. I made up my mind and opened the door with difficulty. We entered a room which seemed to be the main living quarters. There were some beds, cases, some scientific equipment. They had been thoroughly prepared for nuclear apocalypse. We didn't find any signs of Shurik there though. Look, Lena was holding a flare gun and smiling. Why will I need it? To fight monsters. There are no monsters here. At least I want to believe that. Plötzlich ein Bloodsucker. If you say so. Oh, jetzt ist sie wieder so ganz... Ich hätte die Flaregun mitgenommen. Das Problem bei Flareguns, ohne Scheiß, die haben so einen harten Rückstoß. Das möchte man gar nicht glauben. Ich glaube, die haben in etwa so einen heftigen Rückstoß wie eine Magnum-Pistole oder sowas. Locker. Locker haben die das. I guarantee it. I didn't want to upset her, so I tucked the flare gun into my belt. It might come in handy. We thoroughly searched the room once again. There were 2 exits. The first was the door we had entered, and the other door was another door exactly the same in the left wall. For a moment I felt excitement, the urge to reach the end of this labyrinth and to learn what prize awaited me there. However, this surely wasn't a computer game, and there is no option to save. Maybe with this. Then offered me a raid a big crowbar. No, I'll give it a try without it first. However, the door didn't want to budge. It only creaked nastily, and the door wheel didn't turn a millimeter. Okay, give it to me. It was too easy with the crowbar. Dum 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 dum. Bam. In the end, the obstacle collapsed, hitting the floor loudly. The hinges were rusted and completely through. That's coming. No, let's go. It was like that. It was constantly driving me on. Where are you rushing to? Me? I'm not. Aha. Sie will, dass wir in die Mine gehen. Damit sie uns dort umbringen kann. Ich weiß ganz genau, welches Spiel du spielst. She blushed in confusion. Again, what should I make of her? First, she doesn't fear a thing. Then she gets lost after a word. You look like you don't fear anything. I don't know. What should I fear? You will protect me anyway. Oh, das ist süß. She added barely audibly. So Lena's counting on me. She believes in me no matter what. It's possible. Stupid, naive, but possible. Impossible. I knew clearly that I couldn't protect anyone, even myself. Nothing is up to me in this world. The powers that brought me here could do anything. That didn't exactly mean that inevitable death awaited me in the end of the tunnel. It could be lying in wait anywhere in this camp. Let's go. I tried to walk faster, but Lena seemed to not be bothered by it, and she easily kept pace with me. The corridor was exactly the same as the previous one, in every last detail. There was nothing shocking about it, but at some point I got the feeling that we were walking in circles. The flashlight in my hand started to tremble visibly. The spot of light jumped all over the walls and the floor, and suddenly it lit up in a rather big hole. The hole wasn't too deep, and down below we could see rails. What's down there? Looks like a mine. Shall we have a look? Why not go further along the corridor? I don't know. I think we should go down there. I estimated the height. It would be possible to pull ourselves out. Okay, let's check it out. I jumped down the hole and helped Lena to get down. It was really a mine. I wonder what they could have mined here. What minerals are there in this area? I don't know. Well, yes, no questions. Looks like there are none now. We headed into the darkness. It was too hard to walk. It was hard to walk because I couldn't choose where I trod, wobbly wooden planks or uneven ground. wobbly wooden planks. I wasn't able to stick closer to the walls either. The narrowness of the tunnel forced us to stay between the rails, and I didn't want to let go of Lena's hand. Finally we reached a fork. Just great. Where shall we go? Where? I'm not certain that we'll be able to get out of here at all. Especially if we're going to play Pac-Man. Play what? Never mind. We will get lost. What if there's an exit too? There may be one, and what if there isn't? So, should we go back? I bit my lip till it bled and yelled as loud as I could. Shurik! The loud echo rebounded from every direction at once. Soil even fell from the ceiling in some places. See? Then I will go on alone. What? I grinned stupidly. Alone? Where to? We must find Shurik. He may be... Then I blushed at once and stared at the ground. No, that won't do. If we go together. Okay, then let's go. She smiled and took my hand. How does she manage that? But first we should... I took a sharp stone from the ground and scratched across on one of the beams which supported the walls. Now we will know where we started. Wir gehen wieder zuerst rechts. Finally, the tunnel had led us into a hall with a high ceiling. Although it hardly could be called a hall, it seemed something was mined here. Maybe coal or gold. The walls had been cut by pickaxes or pneumatic drills. Shurik! Shurik! Only echoes answered. Answered us. He must not be far away, since we found the scarf here. Oh, meine Augen. Was ist mit meinen Augen jetzt los? Nicht cool. Frankly speaking, I was mostly wondering where he actually was. Where could he have gone from here? There were no other exits from this room. Certainly it was possible that there were other places in these tunnels we hadn't visited yet. That means we have to keep searching for him. We came to some kind of miner's camp. Yeah.